What values or lessons from your own upbringing shaped how you raised us?
My goal was to do two things. One, raise you guys exactly the opposite how my parents raised me. And the other part was to implement some of the most magical elements of my parents into you guys.
All right.
So I think I got lost in the question.
It's okay.
The question again.
It was a good start.
Okay. What values or lessons from your own upbringing shaped how you raised us?
Okay, so the lessons. So I learned, the number one thing I learned is to let kids breathe and let them live.
Yeah.
That was the most important thing I learned about my childhood, on how it worked out for me and how I raised you guys. I kind of implemented the same thing.
Yeah.
And I think that out of the 5 of you, in different ways, you guys have come to me at different times and thanked me for that. So it's not that I let you guys run wild. It was more that I kept you on a long leash. Like, I didn't energetically, I was connected to you at all times.
Yeah.
And if I felt you were going too off the beaten path, and like I felt like you were just about to go into like danger, I would yank that cord and say, okay, it's too far.
Right.
And so a couple of my kids tested that.
Who?
Well, Kylie for sure.
Oh yeah. Kylie tests that on a daily.
Kylie tested that 100%. She's like, what cord? And she like ran off. And I'm like,
I guess Robbie too.
Yeah, Robbie, is so interesting.
In an adventurous way.
In an adventurous way.
With his...
Like, let me climb the tallest mountains. Let me...
By myself.
Swim to the bottom of the deepest oceans.
By myself. Let me do all these extreme activities by myself.
Well, I always let him know that I didn't approve of anything until I felt he was doing it safely.
Yeah.
So if he's sending GPS coordinates, or however you say it, coordinates to everybody, and he had a partner or two, not going solo on these trips, and all that. Anyway,
I know.
I'm not here to talk about Robbie. So that's what I instilled. I instilled that
I guess all of your kids
freedom.
Kind of we all push some boundaries and limits.
Definitely. I think freedom is super, super important for development. So you have to be able to have time to process and think. If you're overscheduled, if you overschedule your kids and force them to do things they don't want to do, you're starting to bend and move their personalities into what you want versus what would be naturally.
Right.
Now, some souls, from what I've seen, appreciated that their parents forced them into a particular sport or talent or skill. Yeah. And they thank them later.
Yeah.
But question, who would they have been if they didn't?
If they didn't do that.
That's the big question. And I just believe in wildflowers growing.